Доброе утро, дамы и господа. Это я, Joseph Stalin, here in Soviet Union. This is how our government work. We have Bolshevik party branch and we have Soviet government. Soviet people think that they have a say in how the government works, but really I control everything. Okay, but here is how it all goes down. Привет. Right now, I will be explaining to you the structure of the Soviet government. Okay, so primarily we have the Soviet people, and they directly elect 767 members of the Supreme Soviet. Okay, so in the Supreme Soviet, we got the pre-approved people without any opposition because, they pre-approve people. Then we got this legislative branch, and it was mostly a rubber stamp institution. And then, we got this approving decisions. They approved decisions of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. And they met once or twice a year, and they elected the Council of Ministers to serve in the times of the Supreme Soviet meet. That is all. Peace out.
The Council of Ministers served as the head of the executive branch. It had responsibility for management of the national economy and socio-cultural construction and development, defense of the interests of state, socialist property, public order, and to protect the rights of Soviet citizens, ensuring state security, general leadership over the Soviet armed forces and determination of how many citizens were to be drafted into service, and provision of general leadership in connection with Soviet foreign relations and trade, economic, scientific, technical, and cultural cooperation of the USSR with foreign countries, as well as the power to confirm or denounce international treaties signed by the USSR.
The Presidium was head of the Council of Ministers and had the power of promulgation of decrees, interpretation of current Soviet laws, declaring war, ratification and denunciation of international treaties signed by the USSR, representation of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR between its sessions and in its relations with Parliament of foreign countries, appointment and dismissal of Soviet plenipotentiaries in foreign countries, declaring martial law, and granting the right to pardon. Basically, this branch had all the power within this section of the government and had the lower parts approve whatever it had decided.
However, all of this was controlled by the Bolsheviks and their branch of government. Because the Bolsheviks were the elite communists, the regular communists all wanted to become Bolsheviks for the perks. Hence, they put Bolsheviks in power and wanted to do whatever they could to make the Bolsheviks happy, so that they could too join the ranks of the elite. So, on the Bolshevik party side of the government structure, there were 25,000 members, only a small percentage of the total number of people in the Soviet Union. This exclusivity made the Bolshevik Party even more powerful.
Oh my gosh, Lori Ellen is just so cool, being part of the Bolshevik Party and all.
Oh god, you're in the shot. Okay, start over.
No, just ignore me. I want to be in the background.
Oh my god, Lori Ellen is just so cool, being part of the Bolshevik Party and all.
Can we be in that party?
Yeah, we should go ask her.
Okay, let's go. Hey, Lori Ellen.
Hey, can we join your Bolshevik Party? It'd be really awesome. You just are so strong and so cool. We just want to be part of your group.
I know, but I don't think you qualify as the elite.
Oh, well.
How can we become more elite? How can we be part of your party?
Well, if you do everything I say, maybe I'll let you join.
Okay.
Start by pruning my garden.
Okay.
From the Bolsheviks were elected the Bolshevik Party Congress, who elected delegates for the Central Committee, was de jure the highest body of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union between party congresses. They discussed and approved the ideas which were given to them by the Secretariat, and often these platforms were what were given to the presidium of the Soviet government to be enacted upon.
The Secretariat headed the CPSU's central apparatus and was solely responsible for the development and implementation of party policies. In charge of selecting the party's platforms and main issues, which it then passed down to the Central Committee, who passed it down to Congress, etc., to give the illusion that the highest parts of government didn't hold all the power, even though they did.
The final level of hierarchy within the Bolshevik Party branch was the Politburo. This was the highest and most prestigious sector of the party hierarchy. Here, the Politburo members were elected by the Central Committee, and this was done in the aftermath of the Party Congress based upon how people reacted to the platforms. The members of the Central Committee were given a predetermined list for the Politburo, having only one candidate for each seat, and for this reason, the election of the Politburo was usually passed unanimously. The Politburo was effectively the Presidium of the Supreme Soviets, and all the decisions of the Bolsheviks went over to the Soviet government branch from here.
I am Joseph Stalin, and I approve of this message. Go away, peasant! До свидания.